I don't even really want to show up on camera today because I just feel very like congested. I had to like throw a filter on Snapchat because I just feel so. I don't know if it's the hay fever, but I just feel so stuffy and I feel like my face is like puffy. You know, even though it's literally it's literally Alexa. What time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 5:35 p.m.
It's 5:30 in the evening and I'm still so puffy and congested. Anyways, I wanted to share some things with y'all. So I still need to post my videos. I posted the day before yesterday's one. I need to post yesterday's one and then I'm going to post today's one. Hopefully I can just do it all today so then tomorrow I don't have to worry about anything. But I was journaling about some of the wins that I had over this weekend. I want to share it with you. Okay, so Friday, I had work and then I did a lower body gym day. And I noticed that I didn't need as much recovery time between my sets. So sometimes my gym sessions can literally take like 2.5 hours because I need so much rest time. Oh my god, I just feel like I look like an auntie. I think it's this top as well. This top's not helping. This is like whatever. Anyways, yeah, I just didn't need it as long. So I think my usual gym session only took me about like an hour and a half, where usually it takes me like 2.5 hours because I need so much rest time in between. But I just recognised I didn't really need as much rest time, which is quite nice. Anyway, so after going to work, then going to the gym, some girls wanted to go play basketball. I went to go play basketball. Okay, no, let me be real. Okay, I didn't play basketball. Okay, I didn't play basketball. It was meant to be like an hour journey from the gym to the basketball court, but because of the traffic and the heat and everything, I don't know what it took, like 2 hours and a bit to get there. By the time I got there, I was so over it. I didn't want to play. Like I stood on the pitch for like, I don't know, on the court for like 2 minutes, and I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. Like, not today. And also, I just didn't know, like, I forgot how to play basketball. So I was just like, Like, there was a point where, because I took my sister with me, they were all like bouncing the ball, and I literally just did this. I was just like, because there was so much going on. So then I did spend some time like socializing with the girls. I didn't know any of the girls. Literally just a group chat with the girls I don't know. And we tried to get basketball, to go play basketball. But it was fun. So yeah, that was more like a social energy thing. But yeah, did that. Then Saturday, I was a bit tired, but I woke up, went to sprint club. I ran 120 meters, and no, let me clarify. It's not just like, oh, like I ran. I sprinted. Yeah, I sprinted 120 meters twice. Now, usually, since I've been going to sprint club, my what's it called? Not endurance, but my I forgot the word. I forgot what the word's called, but oh my god, I just watched a video about like the girl was like, yeah, when you're listening to me talk, like expect amnesia because I can't remember when, who, what, where, and it was so funny. But
if you're in a conversation with me, prepare for amnesia. Because I can't remember who said it or what the conversation was, but I'm going to give you a piece of information that adds to our conversation. But who was it that told me that? I can't remember. Anyway, they said this, and I can't, something along the lines of, because I can't give it to you verbatim because I don't remember, but it was something on the lines of, because I remember how it made me feel. Do you know?
Anyways, but this is literally me. Like, I just can't remember. I can't remember anything. But endurance. No, I said that already. It's not endurance. What's the word? That's annoying. Okay, that thing. Stamina. That's it. My stamina has gone so far down that like I don't think a month ago or 2 months ago I would have been able to do a 120 meter sprint. I don't think I wouldn't have been able to make it till the end and run as fast as I did for that first however many. So I think I definitely slowed down. I think I slowed down around like the 50 meter, yeah, and then ran until the end. But that's a big win for me because like I couldn't do that a month ago, like, you know, and in appreciation of like, obviously back in the day that would have been light work, but we're not there anymore. Okay, we're not there anymore. We are here right now. I'm sure one day I'll be able to run that even faster, but the point is I did it twice. Now on my second run, I was definitely more winded and I really, really struggled to get to the 120 mark. But the guy I was running next to, he was like, come on, let's go. And I just ran it. And I just jogged it to the end. But I'm just proud of myself that I did it, you know? Okay, and then after sprint club, I went to the gym with my mom, which was quite nice. Actually, I took her sprint club with me. She actually quite liked it. And then we went to the gym and we did upper body day. And then we went to the whole market. Like, I ended up getting 16. I'll tell you about my steps afterwards. But it was a full day and I hadn't fully recovered from the day before. So this is just a really big deal, considering that, like, I'm still in burnout recovery. Like, this is a big win for me to be able to do as much as I did do on Friday and then Saturday. I might give you a comparison to like a year ago, maybe tomorrow or later on if I can remember, just to show like the jump. I'm just so happy and so proud, and so thankful to my body for like trusting me with more energy again. And then yesterday, Sunday, I took that nice long walk to aerial. And then I did my aerial session, and again, like, my stamina and my endurance, my strength has increased so much. I might try and include a little clip of like the part of the aerial that I did that was really, really, that we filmed. It was really cute. I learned a new sequence today. Yeah! Sorry. Like my mind is sharper as well. Like I was able to like understand what she was saying more. Maybe because it ended up being a one-to-one class because no one else came. It was just me in the class. So maybe that's why. But all the moves she was doing, like usually I can maybe do it like once or twice, and after that I'm winded, I'm done. I'm like, oh, I need a break. But we didn't take as many breaks as I would usually need. Number one. Number two, I was able to do it all and get into the move over and over. Get out of the move. Get into the move. Get out of the move. Into the move. Perform it 3 times over and then do some more, and then I went to flexibility class, and three, you know, what am I, like 3 years old? 3, that's after Friday and Saturday, like 2 very active days, and I still had energy. Nah, I gotta give it to myself, because I'm so, like, you guys have no idea, like, when you don't have health, all you want is health. Do you know what I mean? So these little things of my these little bits of evidence that are showing me that my capacity is returning is literally like gold dust. Like, this is so beautiful to me. And then after the gym, I went to I filmed that video that you would have seen, hopefully the video before this, in the park, and then I went to go meet my sister, and we watched a Supergirl movie. It was so sweet. Like, I love watching like superhero movies, especially when like it's a girl, you know, it's a woman, it's a girl. That was really nice to watch. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I feel like when I watch movies, yeah, I feel like I can take on the world. Like, I feel like, and I looked at my sister thinking, like, I wonder if she feels this. Like, when I watch a movie and it's like one of those like good versus evil, or like, you know, like someone started off weak and then ended up strong, or one of those kind of movies, it just makes me feel like, it makes me want to go and like do stuff with my life. Do you know what I mean? It makes me want to go out there and conquer the world and chase my dreams. Like, it was so nice. Honestly, it was so lovely. But yeah, and then my steps. So Friday I had done 13,853 steps. Saturday, 16,251 steps. Sunday, 13,415 steps. I'm bearing in mind, it probably was more. It's just that I don't wear my watch. Around the house, I don't really wear it. So this is just like the steps it counted for when I did wear it. And then mostly for outside. But there's a big chunk that I didn't wear it when I was inside the house, which would probably add like another 1,000, maybe 2,000. So, you know, I'm very proud of that. So today I'm sore. Today's Monday and I'm resting. Today's a rest day. I'm chilling. I'm so tired, y'all. But what's interesting though is that even though I'm tired, I'm not depleted. And usually, if I could even do a 3-day stretch like I did over this weekend, Monday I'd be in bed paralyzed, but I still have energy. And that's the crazy part to me. It's just like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful. Oh, you guys don't understand. There were times where I was so scared. I was so scared that like I would never be able to do this again. And like my capacity wouldn't return, because like, it's one thing to be hopeful and wishful. There's another thing for you to like do something and it tire you out and you physically cannot move your body. Like, that's so then to be able to like do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday stretch and still have energy on Monday is crazy. Now I had a plan for Monday and I could go do it, but one thing this burnout has taught me is that like I need to give myself rest, and I need to give myself rest even before the burnout happens. I don't need to wait to be burnt out. I don't need to wait till I'm on 0% to charge my battery. I can charge my battery before I die. Do you know what I mean? I'm really having fun with these filters. I like this filter. I love wearing glasses. This filter is actually always like my saved thingies. Anyways. Yeah, so those are my wins. Those are my wins over the weekend. I'm so happy. I just wrote down, I'm so proud of myself and so happy that I have the capacity to do all this and not be depleted. Was I a little bit more tired today? Yes. Sore all over? Yes. But I'm not fatigued. I'm not paralyzed in bed. Like, I'm okay. My capacity has increased, and I just put like a big old thank you to God. Thank you so much, God, for like, and thank you to my body. Thanks to my body for, oh wait, no, my pen's in there. I can't close it that way. Anyways, thank you to my body for forcing me to stop, even though that was so painful, forcing me to stop. And I feel like my body taught me how to take care of it. Like, it taught me, because I think for so many years I just ignored my body. I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't taking into consideration how the things I was doing affected my body. It was just like an afterthought. I just expected my body to just catch up. But now my body, when I burnt out, my body said, yeah, no. How about you can't get out of bed? How about taking a shower is all you can do today? How about that? Yeah? My body really made me think, like, no, but you better learn how to take care of me, or otherwise I will shut down. That was horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And this is why my biggest message is literally, guys, take care of yourselves, please. And don't wait till you're burnt out in order to take breaks and rest. I used to think rest and taking breaks and stuff were like something, number one, it needed to be earned, and number two, that you only do like, and even if you do take a break, it's like your mind is still running. Your mind is still like thinking about the things you could be doing. That's not a break, babe. A real break is when you really take, like, you rest and your mind is there. You're present in that moment. You're not thinking about all the things you could have been doing. No, that's not a real rest, you know? So I think that's one of the things I definitely learned over the past like year or so, like how to actually rest and how to rest. And the different types of rest is like physical rest, emotional rest. There's like mental rest, nervous system rest. There's so many things. I love this filter. Hey. The last thing I want to talk about today is this book that just came in the mail. So as I said, there's this group called Surviving Universal, and it's created by someone called Rachel Rain, and she basically put a book out on her story. I think she made a post about it as well, basically just saying that like this is one of the best books that she's seen that helps basically people that have left like high control or like basically cults, right? And when I saw it, I was like, do I want to buy it? I don't know, like, do I really need to? But I think the thing is, okay, when I ended up buying it, I bought it because I think, as I said, I left the cult church like a couple years ago, but there's still some things from there, like conditioning. I was there for 9 years. Like, that doesn't just go away after a year, 2 years, 3 years. That, I mean, she left over 10 years ago. Yeah, and I'm dealing with the trauma from what happened in there. So it's not going to just go away. And I go to therapy. I've been to therapy. I've been doing therapy since I left, basically. I think the month after I left, I started therapy and kept going for like 2.5 years, literally. But I think one thing that came into my mind, like when I was deciding whether to buy this book or not, was My healing is in my hand. What happened was very shitty. What happened, I wish I could like erase it and start again. Or, do you know what I mean? All of these things, right? But it's no one's responsibility to heal me than my own. Yes, I could go speak to a therapist and like try and find the best therapist to help me through this. But at the end of the day, there's so much work that I need to do for myself, by myself. Of course, that if I can find help outside of myself, then that's great. But I mean, I guess this book is a form of help outside of myself. But the point is, it's a workbook that I had to fill out myself, by myself. I'm not going to go call someone up so they can help me go through this book. This is for me and myself. Do you know what I mean? So I guess the main point is, if you've been through abuse, or maybe talking to myself, I've been through some shit, right? And it's my responsibility to deal with the aftermath of what's happened due to the shit I've been through. That's no one else's job to fix me or to help me carry my shit. If people want to be there for me and help me, that's amazing. But at the end of the day, it's my job, it's my responsibility. It's shitty because it's like, no, they should fucking do something. But, sorry, I don't want to swear on this internet. But it's me. I'm the one that has to take responsibility of my own healing. So yeah, as much as I would like love to find a therapist and to speak to them every day until we fix this trauma, this book I'm hoping will be like a really nice way for me to spend time with myself and do the deeper work independently to find my healing, to get to my healing. So the book is called Walking Free from the Trauma of Coercive, Cultic and Spiritual Abuse, a workbook for recovery and growth by Jilly Jenkinson. Honestly, I didn't do much research. I trust what the girl says. What Rachel says, I trust. So I just bought it. And she literally said that, like, in the video, she's basically just saying, I didn't watch the whole video either, I'm not going to lie, but she basically just said that, like, she swears by this book. And she wishes that when she had left, something like this existed. Why would I not buy it? You know, and it was on sale. So, like, why would I not buy it? So, yeah, I'm really happy I did. And I like that it's a workbook, because I think a lot of times, like, I bought a whole bunch of books. I have loads of books. I'm a big reader. Wow, this is a big book. There's a lot of pages. Oh my god, this probably take me like a year to get through. But what was I saying? Wait, no, let me think. I'm gonna remember this. Wait, the book. I'm a big reader. What was I saying before that though? Wait, nah. Bear with me. I don't remember. Oh my god, that's so annoying. No, wait, let me watch it back. Okay, I didn't watch it all, but I think I was saying that I bought a bunch of books, and they're not the issue, but like the thing about buying books is sometimes you can just get like information overload. Like you just get information. And you can apply it here and there. But what I like about this, I mean, I haven't opened the book yet, but it's a workbook. So there's going to be information. I mean, like, yeah, it's a whole lot of information. But what I like as well, again, it's a workbook. So there are pages where you have to do something. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So you get my point, right, guys? I'm tired. Okay, you heard the weekend I had. Okay, you heard the weekend I had, and today's a recovery day, so I'm gonna just chill. But that's basically it. Yeah, I feel really good. I feel like I'm in a really, really good spot right now. Oh, I wanted to share one more thing. Wait. Okay, I haven't read it since that night, but I'm gonna read it. So this is basically ChatGPT. This is so embarrassing. Oh my god! But this is ChatGPT's response to like what I had said, and this is again revolving around the topic that I spoke about in the last video and the video before. So it said there were two Elizabeths talking. The first one said, I'm not where I should be. And the second one said, I'm not where I used to be, but look what I can do now that I couldn't do 6 months ago. And those are completely different narratives. And here's what really stood out to me. You said, that to me is evidence that more is coming. I actually think that's a sentence I'd write at the top of your journal, because that's evidence-based hope, not wishful thinking and not manifestation. It's evidence. You listed it yourself. You couldn't sprint 120 meters a few months ago. Now you can do it twice. Sprint club used to be every other week, and now you're considering it weekly. You couldn't combine sprinting, gym, socializing. Now you can. A year ago, this weekend would have wiped you out until Tuesday, and it really did at one point, for much less. But now you're expecting to go to aerial tomorrow. So this was Saturday, right, before I had gone to aerial, and I did that, and I went to aerial, and I did a flipping amazing job. That's not someone imagining progress. That's someone documenting progress. Now, I want to gently challenge one thing you said. You said the safest option is to just keep doing what I'm doing. And I agree, mostly. I don't actually think your next challenge is physical anymore. I think it's more psychological. Because your training plan is already improving. Your capacity is improving. Your consistency is improving. The thing that hasn't quite caught up, this is where she ate, yeah? The thing that hasn't quite caught up is your internal scoreboard. Every time you improve, past Elizabeth moves the goalposts. So I'm just making sure I get that in my nose. You run 120 meters. Past Elizabeth says, yeah, but not as fast as before. You lose weight. Past Elizabeth says, yeah, but so-and-so wasn't short. You go sprint club weekly. Past Elizabeth says, yeah, but the coach doesn't know what I used to be. Notice what happens. Current Elizabeth never actually gets to enjoy her wins. Not because they aren't real, but because somebody inside immediately compares them to a different timeline. The football analogy you gave is interesting too. I agree with the principle. There are some doors in life that genuinely close. Elite gymnasts is a great example. Another example I gave. Starting at 20 is almost certainly too late for Olympic level competition. But here's what I'd be careful of. Sometimes we realise one specific path is closed and our brain quietly expands that to, I've missed my chance. But those aren't the same statement. For example, maybe Olympic sprinting isn't realistic anymore. I don't know. And neither of us needs to pretend otherwise. But that tells us almost nothing about whether you can become an exceptional club sprinter or a masters athlete or someone who competes. Oh, so I just got a text. I usually turn my phone off like airplane mode so I don't like see messages, but my bad. What was I? Yeah. A masters athlete or someone who competes nationally in age group competitions, or simply just someone who surprises herself with how good she becomes. Those are different questions. So I'd be careful to not let one closed door cast a shadow on every other door that's still wide open. And then, I hate when it says this, and there was one moment that honestly made me pause. You didn't pause, baby, or AI, but okay, whatever. You said, I have capacity now. Do you realise how many conversations you've had over the past year where the biggest question was, do I have capacity? Not, am I talented? Not, am I disciplined? It's always, can my nervous system handle this? Tonight, without really noticing, you spent about 5 minutes listing all the things your nervous system can handle now. That's huge. I don't think you're just rebuilding your fitness. I think you're witnessing your life getting bigger again. Yeah. And that to me is one of the clearest signs that you're continuing to recover. So I'd actually leave you with a different affirmation than the ones you mentioned. Not something fluffy, but something you've already proven. When you catch yourself thinking, I'm not there yet, try answering it with yes, and I'm further than I was, and the direction is still forward. Or even shorter, the evidence says I'm recovering. Because that's what I kept hearing tonight. Not someone who's lost herself, but someone who's beginning to trust that she's becoming herself again. Yeah, so that's basically it. And I was just like, I needed to hear that. I really needed to hear that, like for real, because, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm actually gonna end it here now. But yeah, I just feel like I'm definitely in a different, like energy, like in a different, like, what's the word? Phase in of my life right now. I feel like for a very long time I've basically kind of described where I've been as like some sort of metamorphosis. I always no, because I'm gonna say the word. Because why is it every time I try to say it, I always struggle. Wait, let me get it. Metamorphosis. Yes, I'm in a metamorphosis. A metamorphosis is a biological process where an animal physically develops after birthing or hatching, involving a conspicuous or relatively abrupt change in the animal's form or structure. One of my favorite, they said animal, but it's an insect. One of my favorite insects metamorphosis is the butterfly. Did you know that in the cocoon, so you know caterpillars, right? They go into a cocoon, which I think they create themselves as well. It's so incredible. Like literally, we have the power to heal ourselves. I mean, we ain't no caterpillar and butterflies, but like I feel like it's a metaphor that we actually have the power to create the environment that we need to in order to heal, and then eventually like come out of that and become butterflies. How amazing is that? But anyways, bun all of that, yeah. And also, do you know how? Anyways. Did you know that in the cocoon, if you was to like grab a cocoon that the caterpillar's in before it becomes a butterfly, so like it's gone to caterpillar into the cocoon, and then before it goes into a butterfly, if you was to open that up, do you know that it's just slime? Did you know that the caterpillar fully breaks down? I need to do the research again. In fact, you do the research, girl. Do the research. But the caterpillar fully breaks itself down before it becomes a butterfly, and then from the muck, from the mess, from the whatever, it takes what's necessary, what's needed, and it becomes the butterfly. But what's interesting is, if I remember correctly, the DNA is the same. The caterpillar is still the caterpillar. It's just that it's taken all of the things it needed in that, cocoon. It's become literally goo. And it's somehow, that mess has become a butterfly. But the caterpillar is still the caterpillar. The caterpillar didn't have to become a whole new person. It just became its best self. It's so funny watching back. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to end it here now. And I go and talking for another 3 minutes. But I was basically just saying, I was trying to say that I feel like I've been describing myself as being in that metamorphosis for a long time. And every time I think, okay, cool, like I'm a butterfly now, I feel like I get humbled over and over. And I realise actually, no, I'm not quite there yet. Like, I'm still in the cocoon. There's still mess around me. But I feel like, as I said before, now more than ever, like I feel like I can see the end. Like I can see myself, like I can see the butterfly, things coming together, I feel like I'm coming closer to the end of the metamorphosis, which is such a beautiful thing to be able to say and experience. But yeah. All right, that's all now. Thanks for watching.